It's a tough mountain to climb. I guess similar to the question I asked you about foreign policy and use of words, is there any way he can turn this around? Because I think that there's major damage here for general
I go back to, I think, Richard, you mentioned the APEC speech. I go back to the APEC speech where he was reading from a teleprompter. It's obvious that he actually done what every presidential candidate has done in modern American history, gotten input from experts, crafted it into his words, put it into a teleprompter, and read it. This vaudeville routine that he has been doing, this riffing routine that he has been doing, this late-night comic routine he's been doing, freeform, it's over. It doesn't work anymore. Donald Trump has two choices to make. He has one of two doors to walk through. He can do this routine and be highly entertaining, create headlines left and right, and end up with increased brand recognition worldwide at the end of a losing campaign. Or he can walk through the other door and he can start squeezing every word he says. He can start doing what Barack Obama did in 2008, what Hillary Clinton is doing this year, what other presidential candidates do, and he can have experts advising, put together speeches, read those speeches in a teleprompter, and not feel like you have to answer every question and not feel like you have to take every interview. He needs to be quiet. He needs to stop doing interviews. And I know you're saying he's incapable of doing it. And guess what? If he's incapable of doing it, then he will lose in a historic landslide. But if he guards every word, stops taking these interviews, starts putting out policy positions every day instead of tweets.
Town halls.
Yeah, stop doing no more town halls. No more debates. Give speeches. Get your experts together. Tell America where you're going to take them. Control every word and be disciplined in your approach. Then, yes, he can turn things around, and he would turn things around, but that is a question. Is he capable of doing that?
Well, first of all, he is a solo act. I mean, there's no retinue of advisors around him, counselors, and
so maybe the answer is no.
Let me ask you a question. Other than his daughter, it appears, who counsels him? Who does he listen to, other than his daughter?
I think he would just say he talks to himself.
Well, he actually told Mika that, and if he wants to be a solo act, he's going to be a solo act losing 40 states. If he wants to be president of the United States and make history, he's going to have to radically change his approach. And, Ben, you suggested he just may not be temperamentally capable of doing that.
You have a whole heart that needs to be filled by the kind of attention that I think he needs during this campaign, the kind of love that he receives from these crowds.
Yeah.
I think that that's something that he doesn't want to back away from, and they're not going to come out in the same way.
He'll get the crowds. I think it's the small little punches that he wants to respond to on radio interviews and calling in and all these little fights.
Yeah. But let me tell you, if you're the 45th president of the United States, that hole that you have inside of you gets filled up very quickly. It's just whether you have the discipline.
That's funny.
To shut your mouth. And the discipline to say, no, I'm not doing your radio interview. No, I'm not going on your town hall meeting. No, I'm not doing another debate. We are going to do what Barack Obama did in 2008. We're going to control our narrative.